Hey YouTubers, and it's me again, and I'm going to talk about my most embarrassing period moment. I have other embarrassing moments, but my most embarrassing period moment, which was when I was, I think, 13 or 14, whichever one, and I was with my godmom, and I was having, like you guys know, I don't really, my cramps aren't my best friend because they will kill me eventually. So, yeah, so I always gotta find some way to diffuse them. So yeah, I just got my best friend. I just went to the doctors, you guys. They applied me with 800. Excuse me, I just spit a lot. With 800 mg ibuprofen. So that should keep me done. But yeah, so I was having cramps that day, and I was with my godmom. So, and I haven't seen my godmom since I was probably one, or she took care of me since I was born. But we left when I was like 2 or 3, and now we're back in Virginia, and now we reunited when I was about 13. And I went to church with her and my twin sister, and it wasn't very good. I was really having cramps or whatever, and I keep saying and, but I was having cramps or whatever, and for some reason I was like, I'm good or whatever. I kept asking my twin sister. I was like, check me out. Me and my twin sister always do that. Always have somebody that can check you out. So I'm like, hey, check me out. Make sure I'm good. And so she's like, yeah, you're good. And so we go out to eat because during church I'm like, oh my god, let's get out of here. I really want to just go to her house and lay down. The cramps weren't that bad to the point where I'm like, but they were like, oh my gosh, this hurts. So as soon as we get to the restaurant, we go to Golden Corral or whatever, where like the whole church is there, and I keep telling my twin sister, I'm like, check me out, check me out. So we're sitting down eating or whatever, and while I'm eating, I'm like, yeah, and I feel like this squishy wet feeling or whatever, but I just ignore it because, like I said, I got my period when I was 12. I was 13, you really didn't even know anything about a period, still don't. So I'm like, okay, you're still learning about yourself. So I was like, okay, squishy wet feeling, that's probably the feeling that my pad gets when it's filled. So I'm like, whatever, I don't have a pad right now and I really can't change it. So, yeah. So as soon as I do that, I get up and my twin sister is like, Yana, sit back down, or I'm gonna cover you or whatever. Covers me, and I'm like, what is wrong? And then I was like, oh my gosh, is there a period stain on my butt? She was like, yes, it's like that big. And literally, guys, it was like this big, and it was on my dress. I had on a green dress, and it was tight. It was like the tight green dress or whatever, and it was cotton, so it didn't have sparkles on it, or it wasn't silk or anything. No, you could see it clearly. And so I was like, oh my goodness, so disgusting. I was like, okay. Told my godmom. My godmom was like, okay. I had to like roll my dress up and I looked like a little prostitute, okay? So I was like, okay, you know what? Just pull it up or whatever. Pulled it up and I'm like, okay, don't feel comfortable. Set my godmom's truck, like pulled my pants, my skirt all the way up or whatever, the bottom of the dress, and then sat in her car. And so my twin sister was like, oh my gosh. So I had to borrow the dude from the church. I had to borrow his jacket in order to put cover up my blood stain. And then like when we were sitting in there in Golden Corral, like the dude was like, oh my goodness. And I guess dude say this or whatever, but he was like, blood stain battle or whatever. I was like, oh my god, he's talking about blood stain. Oh my god, I don't even know what blood stain battle means. But as soon as he said blood stain, I'm like, oh my goodness, everybody's seen my blood stain. But yeah, so this is just, you know just a little note out to everybody. Make note, always carry pads with you, always, and carry your medicine with you. All right, that is my most embarrassing moment. All right, guys. Well, not the most embarrassing moment, because the most embarrassing moment, I have a lot of those, but yes, that was my most embarrassing period moment. All right, bye guys.